Right now at 10, cleaning up after the storm. Lots of heavy snow leads to a parking garage collapse. And remembering Wisconsin's 41st governor, Tony Earl, dies at the age of 86. Plus, Kmart shut down in La Crosse more than 5 years ago, but the building still stands. The property's developers give us an update.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozorowski. We'll get to those stories in just a moment, but now that the snow is on the ground, it's time to bundle up even more as some low temperatures are coming on in. Chief Meteorologist Bill Grahl can tell us exactly what we're in for.
Yeah, first of all, let's talk snow because it was quite a good snowstorm for especially areas near and north of Interstate 90. So from like La Crosse and points north, that's where the heaviest snow was expected, and that's where it occurred. Look at this, a lot of double-digit numbers. 14 inches in Reeds Landing, Minnesota, 13.2 in Minnesota City, 13 inches in Tomah, Necedah, and Chippewa Falls, a foot in Galesville and Alma, and 11.7 inches in the Eau Claire area. Almost 11.5 in Winona, 10.6 in Menominee, 10.5 in Arcadia, 10 inches in Sparta and Boston, 9.8 inches. The official tally out at the La Crosse Airport, on Alaska and Cataract, 9.5 inches. 9 inches in Holmen, 8.6 in West Salem, 7.5 in Lafarge. Now the south side of La Crosse, down towards Mount La Crosse ski area, 6.7 inches there, 6.1 inches in Caledonia, and 5 inches in Viroqua, and much lower totals in our far southern counties where a wintry mix was more in play. Much calmer tonight. No snow is falling, but it is much colder as well. In fact, down to 12 degrees in La Crosse and Winona, 10 in Eau Claire and Viroqua, single digits creeping in from the west, and we're going to bottom out on either side of zero tonight, right around zero in La Crosse. Winds will be on the decrease, but still causing wind chills in the single digits and teens below zero. Schoolcast for tomorrow, 2 degrees at 7 a.m., 13 degrees by lunchtime. Afternoon highs around 19, so a dry but cold Friday ahead. And I'll have the details on what we can expect this weekend coming up in just a few minutes.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks a lot, Bill. Back on the news side of things, the heavy snowfall was a factor in a parking garage collapse in a Milwaukee suburb. A section of the third floor of Bayshore Shopping Center's parking garage fell to the first floor. Happened just after 12:15 this afternoon. 2 cars were under the pile of snow and rubble, but authorities say they are confident nobody was in those cars and nobody's injured. A fire chief told reporters snow had been piled up on the area that collapsed, and they say because of the collapse, the cars parked on the top floor of the garage could be stuck there for months because there's no way to drive around the big hole. Wisconsin's 41st governor passed away today at the age of 86. Tony Earl suffered a stroke last weekend and has since been surrounded by friends and family until his passing. Mark Kane has more on Earl's legacy and impact on the state.
Tony Earl announced he was running for governor in 1982 after Lee Dreyfus declined to run for re-election. Earl was born in Lansing, Michigan, and attended Michigan State University and the University of Chicago Law School. Before serving as governor, Earl led the Department of Administration and the Department of Natural Resources. He also served multiple terms in the state assembly before running for governor. He defeated Republican Terry Kohler by more than 234,000 votes. Taking office, he faced a $1 billion budget deficit and signed legislation making a 5% sales tax permanent.
This is a budget which increases property tax relief by over $700 million, the most historic increase in property tax relief in the history of this state.
As governor, he was an advocate for legislation promoting the environment, education, and equal opportunity. In 1986, he lost his re-election bid to Republican Tommy Thompson by nearly 100,000 votes, but he didn't regret the time he served as governor. He was asked what he was not going to pursue after leaving office.
Lobbying, heavy physical labor, and agriculture.
Earl later became a partner in one of the largest law firms in the state and was involved in Common Cause, getting elected to their national governing board. Tony Earl was 86 years old.
Governor Evers ordered all flags be flown at half-staff today in honor of the former governor. In a statement, Evers said Tony was always a staunch defender of our state's proud traditions, including conservation, and his passing is a significant loss for our state and for all who had the fortune of meeting and serving with him. His wisdom and wit will be well missed. Politicians on both sides of the aisle are remembering the late governor, including former Governor Scott Walker. He says he first met Earl when he was an Eagle Scout, delivering a report to the governor in a conference room he would later serve in.
And even though our politics obviously weren't always aligned, I still remember back to that day. I told him that many times since then, just how well he treated me and the other scouts, and always thought very highly of him, even though our politics obviously weren't the same on many an issue. But just a decent man.
Meanwhile, Wisconsin will become a host to the first GOP presidential debate for the 2024 election. The Republican National Committee decided the debate is happening in Milwaukee this August. A small group of RNC members met behind closed doors in Washington to begin coordinating logistics and will continue planning in the coming weeks. Milwaukee will also be hosting the upcoming Republican National Convention. The Kmart building on La Crosse's south side has been vacant for almost 2 years now, and the group that now owns the property still isn't sure when the building will be torn down. The Kmart closed in 2017, and the building was used by U-Haul for a short time. The development director for 360 Real Estate, Jeremy Novak, gave La Crosse's redevelopment authority an update today. He says the plan was to have the building demolished in August of last year, but the company is running into issues with inflationary costs and supply chain issues.
I think our intent is really to demo and break ground yet in 2023, but I can't tell you a firm date on that yet. We're still waiting on those cost estimates to come in. And the contract.
Novak says despite the lack of action happening on the property, the development team has been able to take this time to study and finalize designs for the apartment units and the exteriors of the buildings. Electric energy cooperatives say red tape is slowing their efforts to reduce carbon emissions and improve electrical grids. Dairyland Power CEO Brent Ridge joined other co-op leaders on a virtual call today. Ridge says cooperatives are fully behind efforts to reduce CO2 emissions, but attempts to get a project permit from the federal government often take too long or get tied up in court. A former Democratic congressman says 9 states just 2 months ago experienced rolling blackouts, and he says if the government wants to avoid more of those, permit laws have to change.
Anytime there's an extreme temperature event, either hot or cold, we're going to put that location, that region of the country at risk again. I don't think that's the future we want in this country. So this permitting reform issue we're talking about today really is one of the tangible actions we could take to help address this challenge.
A permit on average taking years to go through. Meanwhile, a Republican-led bill trying to shorten the permit process has a committee hearing next week. Just ahead, a downtown display is celebrating local creatives. The Black Legacy Art Show is bringing powerful messages while raising money for local groups. And later, a Minnesota teacher is beating the odds. After battling a deadly infection, he's spreading a message of resilience and gratitude.
Used car prices have dropped an average of 10% from last year's high. With live market pricing at Dahl Auto and the area's largest inventory with over 330 pre-owned vehicles, now is the time to buy. Start shopping at DahlAuto.com.
I've never been afraid to express myself, to create a life I love. I worried cancer could steal my spark and become my identity. But UW Health designed custom treatments just for me. And now, my legacy, it's still in the making. Because standard, well, that's never been my style. UW Health, remarkable.
High costs and hassles keeping you from building your new home? How about a new factory-built home from Town & Country Housing? Town & Country homes are $20 to $40 less per square foot than site-built homes. And once your home arrives at your site, it will be completed in weeks, not months. Choose from numerous plans, exterior features, cabinet choices, and even fireplaces. Let Town & Country help make your new home a reality. Business Highway 53 between Eau Claire and Chippewa Falls. Or visit the website at townandcountryhousing.com.
In every department at Dahl Auto, you'll find people who've been in the industry for decades. In over 100 years at Dahl Auto, we've learned to value experience. After working with our team, you'll value our experience too. Dahl Auto, simple.
February is Black History Month, and an organization of La Crosse area creatives are celebrating with an inclusive art show to raise money for local organizations. News 8 Now's Anna Fisher stopped by the Black Legacy Art Show tonight, where the community came together for good food and a collective cause.
As we continue celebrating Black excellence, local creative organization Artsiders is celebrating Black History Month in their own way.
It was a memorable evening in downtown La Crosse.
There's so much going on in this community.
Full of original artwork and homemade soul food.
We have Mia's Kitchen. She's pretty new, I think, to the community. She was actually top picked by the local artists. They're like, you have to get her in for this event, so we did.
Maureen Ashley Turner is one of the co-founders of the Artsiders.
So the Artsiders is a local organization that likes to highlight on local artists. We kind of just really wanted to build a space that was inclusive to artists in the area and kind of highlight on some maybe more powerful topics.
She organized tonight's event to help raise money for 2 local charities.
Hope Restores brings resources to local people of color, and they help provide opportunities as well. BLACK stands for Black Leaders Acquiring Collective Knowledge. They help with resources as well. I know they do a lot of work with UWL and Viterbo.
The art show featured 15 local artists of all different kinds.
I was approached for the last art show that went on here, and when they said that they wanted to do one for Black History Month, I was like, heck yeah, like I want to definitely get on and be a part of it.
This is the second art show organized by the Artsiders, and according to Turner, word is spreading fast.
We are now running a list of artists that want to be involved, and we got like maybe 45 at this moment, so it's like growing.
A unique event that celebrates all kinds of art and all kinds of people.
I think there needs to be more opportunities for it. So I think it's really cool that we are in a community that allows us to put on events like this, and that we've gotten so much local support from so many different places.
Reporting in La Crosse, I'm Anna Fisher, News 8 Now.
And if you couldn't make it tonight but still want to donate to the local nonprofits, we've got more information on news8000.com. After the break, farmers are sowing seeds for success. The 34th Marble Seed Conference happening in La Crosse, bringing together organic farmers from all over the Midwest.
And I'm Chief Meteorologist Bill Grahl. It's been a while since we've seen air this cold seep southward out of Canada. By the way, does anyone want to go to Brownsville, New Orleans, Jacksonville, Miami? Temperatures in the 70s right now. Yeah, it's going to be cold tonight. Tomorrow, I'll have the details coming up next.
Countertops are the center of a home, with elegant to everyday options. Easy installation you can do yourself, and durability that can take you from crayons to calculus. Transform everyday spaces into gathering places with custom craft countertops. 11% off at Menards.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day. Stretch the weekend, haul, or tow. Just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you.
Now get 2.9% financing for 60 months plus $3,500 in total savings on a Ford F-150 XLT only at your Northland Ford dealers.
Us. This isn't us. Is it? When did we get so connected to our devices and so disconnected from each other? And when our phones have turned us into this? LT, what do you do when you're a company that sells them?
We gotta fix this.
It's time to find what we're missing. Join us in taking a break from our devices. Take the phones down for 5 challenge for 5 days, 5 hours, or even just 5 minutes.
Feels good.
And let's find us again. US Cellular, built for us.
Stressless by Eckernes. The most comfortable seating in the world is more comfortable than ever. It's on sale now at Drury's in Fountain. Every year, Eckernes updates styles and leathers, and that means outstanding values. And now we're passing these savings on to you. It's time for you to enjoy the incredible comfort of a stressless sofa or recliner in your home. Now at fantastic savings. A stressless recliner is your place. A place to relax, a place to unwind. Stressless furniture on sale now at Drury's in Fountain.
Connection. It's baked into everything we do. And with Perkins Butcher Block, it's a great time to gather around the table. Starting at just $9.99, dig into all our mouth-watering favorites. And don't forget a fresh baked pie from our bakery. Order online at perkinstogo.com.
It's time for the final vote for Best of La Crosse County. Vote in each category now through February 28th. We'll announce winners in each category on April 3rd. Vote for your favorite business today at bestoflacrossecounty.com. Presented by River Valley Remodelers.
20th Annual Early Bird Home Show. Lowest prices of the year on 2023 projects. Only at the Board Store Home Improvements. 524 Copeland Avenue, La Crosse. Get started today.
Snow may be covering fields right now, but organic farmers continue growing their community at the 34th Marbleseed Organic Farming Conference. This gathering was formerly called the Moses Organic Farming Conference. Farmers from across the upper Midwest gathered at the La Crosse Center to talk and learn more about organic agriculture. The three-day conference has roundtable discussions, film screenings, and networking opportunities. Marbleseed organizers say working in community is important to the organic farming movement.
Organic farmers are just incredibly generous. Organic farming is complicated. It's a systems approach, and so having folks that have come before you and have kind of made the mistakes is important.
And if you want to check it out, you can register at the event. Well, cold temperatures certainly dominated the day. Let's send it over to Bill with the latest. That's why you got hot tea, right?
Hot tea, by the way. I know what a lot of you are probably thinking, especially after what I've had to forecast this week. All right, busted. Let's check out this time lapse. I've got kind of a neat one for you. Exactly what I'm talking about here, so I'm glad my mic came back on too. But check this out. We had snow showers still midday. Even into this evening we had a few flurries, but then I've got, let's see, 4 sets to point out for you here. First of all, we've got the sunset right here, of course. And that made for some nice colors as it kind of mixed with some of those clouds and flurry producing clouds this evening. Then I've got Venus right here. I've got Jupiter right here. So those two set. And then we've got the moon. So yeah, lots going on in the western sky this evening. And that's going to be the trend for the next several nights. So look west just after sunset. You'll see kind of a show. Astronomical show in the western sky. All right, 25 the high today. 12 is our current temperature. That will continue to drop through midnight. 36 and 17 are the averages. Now 1.2 inches of snow today, so the storm total 9.8 inches, and that puts us back over 40 inches of snow, so back above average. Again, we were very snowless for the first half of the month, and we've kind of made up that very quickly over the last 3 days or so. 12 degrees out at the airport, 13 here at the station. Feels like 0 though. 10 for you folks in Eau Claire with a wind chill of 2 below. So look at this dump of cold air. 15 below, those are the actual air temperatures in Pierre and Bismarck, 4 above in Minneapolis, 12 here in La Crosse, and we've got some single-digit numbers just across the river. The rest of us between about 10 and 20 degrees. And winds are starting to come down, but still northwesterly of 5 to 15, producing wind chills around 0 in La Crosse, 2 below in Eau Claire, 14 below for our friends over in Rochester, 23 below in Mankato. Our wind chill here in the La Crosse area will drop into the 5 to 10 below range. And keep that in mind when you head out to work or send the little ones out to school tomorrow morning. Wind chills around 4 to 7 below, so make sure they are dressed accordingly. Actual air temperatures either side of 0. In fact, right at 0 here at the Cross. Single digits primarily above 0 down to the south, and then negative numbers. Single digits below 0 for many spots as we head back to the north, including about 6 below for Eau Claire and Chippewa Falls. So we've got rid of this snowstorm that produced a wide swath of 10 to 20 inches of snow across the upper Midwest. This little disturbance over the central Rockies, I'm going to track that one for tomorrow night, a slight chance for some light snow with that. Tonight, partial clearing, and then tomorrow, some sun in the morning, but clouds increase, and here comes that chance for some light snow showers towards evening. Quickly moves through and out by about 2 o'clock in the morning or so. So I think if we see any accumulations from that, it would be minimal, less than an inch. 0 tonight, few clouds, much colder with those wind chills in the single digits and teens below 0. 19 tomorrow. Dry during the day, slight chance of snow showers towards evening, and again through about 2 a.m. on Saturday. Otherwise, not as cold for the weekend. Highs back in the 30s. Watching another system, pretty potent one on Monday, but this could be more wet than white at this time. But we could see a mix, though, on the back edge of that with a high of 37, but quite a bit of moisture with that. And then a slight chance of light rain or snow showers next Wednesday, which, believe it or not, first day of March already.
All right. I think you've earned yourself another sip of tea.
All right. Thank you. See ya.
Coming up next in sports, day 1 of individual state wrestling wrapping up in Madison. Best wrestlers hitting the mat at the Kohl Center. Rob's got the highlights next.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Mayo Clinic Health System. At Mayo Clinic Health System, get personalized specialty care with access to experts from orthopedics to neurosurgery and cardiology to cancer care, all close to home.
During the President's Day sale at Home Furniture, everything is on sale. This table and stools are now just $4.99 and get 6-year special financing with no money down and no minimum purchase, plus free shipping. The President's Day sale at Home Furniture ends Monday.
Welcome to the brand new Holiday Inn Express and Suites. Whether you're here for business,
family events, or a weekend getaway, we've got you covered. Overtired? Overworked? Lay down in one of our super comfy beds. Got kids? Our adjoining rooms are perfect for a restful night's sleep. Let the kids burn off energy in our kiddie pool while you relax in our hot tub. Come check in and check out our brand new Holiday Express and Suites in Onalaska La Crosse.
Cooley Auto Service Center is ready to handle any of your repairs. From suspension and brakes to routine maintenance, we've got the certified technicians to care for you and your vehicle. Honest, friendly, and dependable team to get you back on the road quickly. Conveniently located at 700 Monitor Street or online at cooleyauto.com. Cooley Auto Service Center. Service you need, care you deserve.
I love helping people get into a new home, whether it's a first home, moving to the area, or a forever home. I'm here to help from start to finish.
They actually worked with us with our existing home and selling that and getting us into a retirement home. They've given us all different options, what to go with and what is the best for us financially.
And they're so wonderful for working with us and figuring out what we needed to do and how fast we could do it.
Union State Bank, where customers and community come first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Now, for a limited time at Home Furniture, you can get a king-size bedroom suite for the price of a queen. Like this king bedroom suite, now just $15.99. Plus 6-year special financing with no money down and no minimum purchase. King comfort, queen price at Home Furniture.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Mayo Health System. Here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
Over the next 3 days, the best of the best will be on the mat in Madison. It's state tournament time for individual high school wrestling. A lot of great action earlier, and tonight the fun continued. We start with Division I quarterfinals. Holman's Preston Cradaville tied at 5 with less than 25 seconds to go, gets good position, but has to get his points. Does a back and forth match, but the Vikings have a semi-finalist. Now for Division II and III, we've got returning state place winner Colin McKittrick of Royal back in Madison, making it look easy. Just tosses his opponent right to his back. He'd get the pinfall win and will go again tomorrow morning. Up next, GET's Jackson Blaken. He was in a close one, but not after this. Blaken gets the takedown right to the back. That was more than enough as he advances to the quarterfinals at 184. How about Blair Taylor's Jackson Shremick pushing his opponent all around the mat, gets the takedown and back points. He ends day one with a win. We end with the girls division. A lot of good matches, including Holman's Nora Lee and Westby's Kylie Klum. Lee led early in this one, but Klum would settle in, defending the headlock here, getting the takedown, securing the win. Klum is on to the semifinals tomorrow night. And we have Toma's Zendrea Mason, trailed for much of this one, but late in the third, she gets fancy with it, throws her opponent, gets the takedown. Mason is moving on as well. That's all for day one. We'll have semifinals tomorrow night. Let's go to the hardwood regular season finale at Central High. Riverhawks hosting rival Aquinas. Pick it up second half. Central up 9, looking for more. Nick Williams strong to the cup. Lead up to 11. And how about the birthday boy, Henry Meyer, giving out gifts instead of receiving them? What a guy. Bennett Freed puts it in. Riverhawks still in complete control, but the Blue Golds battling back. Tanner Peterson is going to lay it up and in. It's a 4-point game. Then it's the freshman, Logan Becker. Strong drive here off the window for 2 more. Aquinas hanging in, but the Riverhawks hitting their free throws down the stretch. Central hangs on for the win, 62-54. Senior night for the Tengblad Twins in Holman. Vikings playing host to Onalaska. And the home team coming out hot. Caden Wilbur crossover, dribble drive, score off the glass. Vikings jump out in front. And the sophomore showing off the range here. He drains the 3. Holman with the early lead. Hilltoppers answer though. Evan Anderson going strong to the cup. Nice up and under finish from the junior. Onalaska within 1. But then it's time for Drew Tengblad to heat up. The senior spots up from downtown, drills the triple. 4-point lead for the Vikings. That's when TJ Stutley takes over. Draws the contact here, count it, plus the foul. And the sophomore was just getting started. Stutley with a game-high 35 points on the night. Hilltoppers pull away in the second half. They get the win 68-49. Onalaska and Central both with a share of the MVC title. Let's go to the Cooley Conference. Red Hot West Salem heading to Arcadia to take on the Raiders at the Wanek Center. Just minutes into the first half, Panthers up 14. Joe Sullivan putting up a 3. He was on fire tonight. Then it's Peter Latos. He says it's his turn to score, add 3 more. Panthers just can't be stopped. Other end, Raiders Maverick Drazkowski takes a step, pulls the trigger. Count it. Arcadia not giving up. Back down in Panthers territory. Sullivan firing for a deep 3. He nails it. Panthers extend the lead to 20. Kyle Haley now wasting no time, showing he's there to play. Add another West Salem 3 to the scoreboard. Then it's Brett McConkey receiving a Hail Mary here. Gives Tamarian Henderson a slick bounce pass for the quick score. Panthers cap off a perfect conference record. They win it 87-37. Up next, it's 4-seeded Cotter clashing with 13-seeded St. Charles. Playoff action late first half. Madigan Gus getting the pass down low, gets the bucket plus the foul. After a couple empty possessions, Madison Hazelton knocks down the clutch shot here before the buzzer. Ramblers up 9. Pick it up second half. It's Gus again battling down low, uses the window, cuts the Rambler lead to just 7. Other end, Clarissa Sauer. Her 3-pointer is money. Ramblers back up 10, then Sauer putting an effort on both ends of the floor tonight. She gets the chase down block. Ramblers cruise to the win, 49-34. That's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back.
Pilgrims was great. When I was diagnosed with breast cancer, they united around me from HR down to the people on the floor. They helped me get through the rough times. Pilgrims is not just a job, it's a career path.
Where will your new Chevy take you this year? Anywhere. Find new experiences, find new roads. Get 2.99% financing for 5 years on all 2022 Silverado 1500 pickups, or get $12.50 cash allowance on this Silverado with a 2.7-liter engine. Plus, current Chevy owners get an additional $32.50 total cash allowance.
Winter is here. And with winter weather come accidents and mishaps. Whether you're on your way to work, walking the dog, or out on the trail, accidents can happen. That's why we have insurance, to help with the unexpected accidents that are not your fault. At Bygoff & Rohde, we'll help you get the insurance settlement you deserve to pay your medical bills, your lost wages, and get your life back on track. If you're injured, call us. Call Bygoff & Rohde.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love. And we love sharing it with guests everywhere. At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you.
For you. So it's crispy outside, flaky inside. Let us take care of you. With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Dan Kelly won't keep our community safe. As a lawyer, Kelly defended child sex predators who posed as ministers in order to prey on vulnerable young girls. They lured young children to locations they believed to be safe, only to sexually assault and molest them. And Dan Kelly defended those monsters. Do you want someone like that on the Supreme Court? Dan Kelly, an extremist who doesn't care about us.
Working Pilgrims has been working super nice, very convenient for me and my family. Especially on this job, I have a CDL driver license. Pilgrims is more than a job, it's a career path.
Welcome back. A small scratch put one Minnesota teacher's life in danger. His successful fight in the hospital did leave his body with permanent scars, but it also gave him a new lease on life.
Minnesota middle school teacher Chris Gordon dons a cape as he stands before a room of students he's never met before. The cape with the word tag, the reason he's here.
Think, acknowledge, and give.
Gordon's had a lot to think about since March 2015. A normal morning routine as a then 40-year-old dad, playfully swinging his young son in the air.
I went too far to the right and scratched the back of my right hand.
A small, insignificant scratch, but within days.
My right arm is triple the size of my left.
His local ER tells him it's sepsis.
Doctor in the morning says that there is nothing they can do for me. This is beyond them.
He's rushed by air to Mayo Clinic in Rochester. Doctors there have the answer. It's a flesh-eating bacteria, and it's spreading.
Yeah, that goes from the back of my right hand all the way up through my shoulder to the base of my neck, down through my chest, around my rib cage, and up through my back.
Doctors put him in a medical coma to slow the infection and perform life-threatening surgery. The odds of survival, 3 in 10.
Infection had gone so far into my right arm that initially they thought they had to amputate. But thankfully, the occupational therapist who was in attendance saw that it still had hand function. So they elected to extract a 15-inch by 4-inch flap of skin from my left thigh and place it on my right hand and forearm.
It took 6 weeks of surgeries and losing a quarter of skin, but Gordon made sure he was one of the 3 in 10. But returning to a life full of distance running and activity was still a long way away.
We ran a 5K in less than 20 minutes the week before in the hospital. To be winded by going 10 feet to the nurse's station and back was a huge wake-up call.
All thanks to a tiny scratch, a fact that could have frustrated him, but it didn't.
While it definitely was not in my plans, this is my reality, and I'm going to just have to make it the best reality that I can.
He embraced the challenge.
Okay, I'm going to make it to that nurse's station and not die. Then I'm going to make it to the next nurse's station.
And while some scars will linger,
it's a lot of work to stretch it up this high.
Gordon beat the odds and now hopes to use his story to help others embrace their scars.
They are proof that you are tougher than what caused those scars. For me to try to remain Chris Gordon of 2014 is impossible. So I might as well embrace the Chris Gordon of now.
The Chris Gordon of now is training for a marathon, earning a black belt with his son in Taekwondo, and professionally speaking his truth. To think, acknowledge, and give others the attitude of gratitude.
A gift from God that I have a second chance. And I need to do the best that I can to serve that purpose.
And since his hospitalization, Chris has set or tied 4 personal lifetime running records. He says getting past 13 miles is still the issue, but he has got his sights set on qualifying for the Boston Marathon. We'll be right back after this.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses? See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
In the Northland, the future belongs to everyone. So we created the all-time best-selling SUV for everyone, Ford Explorer. With an available 3-liter EcoBoost V6 engine that delivers 400 horsepower in one stylish package. Because the SUV of the future is made for the Northland. Ford Explorer. Drive one today. Now get 0% financing for 36 months plus $1,000 in open trade assist on Explorer, Edge, and Escape. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
Courage. The ability to triumph over your fears. Being scared, but trusting yourself to go for it anyway. The willingness to step out of your comfort zone, no matter the consequence. Daring to do what others around you won't. It takes courage to put the best of yourself on the line. Find your courage.
It's time to vote for Best of La Crosse County. Vote in each category now through February 28th. We'll announce the winners on April 3rd. Vote for this business today at bestoflacrossecounty.com. Presented by River Valley Remodelers.
Holman, Onalaska, and La Crosse. Cordell's Automotive is now even easier to find near you. Which location will you visit? Being family owned, we get what it takes to truly care for your vehicle the same way you care for those you love. Schedule an appointment and let us help you know you're safe.
Birthdays are something to celebrate, and our News 8 This Morning team highlight them every day. If someone you know is turning 8 or 88, submit a picture of them at news8000.com today. Look Who's 8, brought to you locally by Pediatric Dentistry of Onalaska. Little teeth, big smiles.
It's time for the final vote for Best of La Crosse County. Vote in each category now through February 28th. We'll announce winners in each category on April 3rd. Vote for your favorite business today at bestoflacrossecounty.com. Presented by River Valley Remodelers.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see.
Shopko Optical welcomes more insurance plans than ever. Call to book an exam and verify coverage.
Much colder tonight, lows on either side of zero, right around zero in La Crosse. Wind chills below zero, though. Drivecast, watch out for some slick spots left over in the morning, especially the side streets, the lesser traveled roads. Slight chance for some light snow showers tomorrow night. Highs tomorrow around 19.
Get yourself a hot cup of tea tonight. Maybe lemon herbal, chamomile.
Little honey in there.
Ooh, all
That's
right.
good stuff.
There we go. See you tomorrow.